Mars yet. I'm gonna leave that for you, sir.
All right. Amid Elon Musk's prompted chatter of life on Mars, scientists remind public of very serious. So,
What?
sorry, I'm reading headlines.
What?
So Elon Musk is planning on sending out his first spacecrafts to Mars very soon, within the next 10 years. His plan is to send out, here, let me see. So Starship designs, this is a quote from Elon Musk. Starship design goal is 3 flights a day for an average rate. So 1,000 flights per year at less than 1,000 tons per flight. So every 10 ships yield 1 megaton per year in orbit. So he's planning on sending out. So
what does that mean? I'm lost.
So he wants to try to colonize Mars. Okay.
Right.
And you can only send out a ship to Mars once every 26 months.
Why?
Because of the proximity of Earth
Oh, it's
and
just
Mars
closer,
on
less
the
fuel.
lunar orbit. Okay, so he wants to do that. Where once he hits that 26 months, he wants to literally send out 3 ships a day, going towards Mars.
Wow.
And
how long does it take to get there
during that month? That is a good question.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I know based on his ships, it doesn't take extremely long.
Dude, he's building 100 starships a year to get to 1,000 in 10 years.
Right, and then he intends on sending all these starships out at once. So he is trying to recruit people to get on these starship missions to try to colonize Mars. And
I'd go.
He's saying basically you need 100 megaton.
I've seen Total Recall. I don't want my eyeballs sucked out of my head. Yeah, no kidding.
Dude. You see all those pictures of.
Damn it, Cohagen! Give the people the air. That's my Arnold. That's the best I can do.
So he's he's trying. This is where he wants to go. The SpaceX rocket is going to be tested later this year to take a trip around orbit of Mars just to try it out and see how it goes. But after that, he wants to take the next step and try to colonize Mars.
I'm gonna Google how long does it take to get to Mars.
So he's saying 1,000 ships depart over 30 days every 26 months, aka Battlestar Galactica.
It takes, dude. It's okay. The total journey time from Earth to Mars takes between 150 to 300 days,
so
depending on the speed of the launch, the alignment of Earth and Mars, and the length of. So I'm assuming he's shooting for the 150-day mark.
Yeah.
That's why he's launching it at 26 months.
Which would mean you're at 3, 6, 9, 12. So you're talking about 5 months to get to Mars. The shortest amount of time. 5 to 6 months.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah. So that is the plan. And
here, this kind of helps. See if I can pull this.
So someone asked Elon, what is the criteria you think for the 100K people that will be chosen? Will there be a lottery once all the essential positions are filled, or will they all be hired on a basis set skills? And
so here, this kind of helps to explain why Elon was waiting. So Earth and Mars line up closer at a certain orbit, and this I'm guessing would take 150. Oh, so one Earth year is 365 days to orbit the sun. For Mars to orbit the sun, it takes twice as long.
Right.
So 1 year will actually. So wait, technically, if I lived on Mars, I'd cut my age in half.
Yeah, if you went by Mars years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars years, dude. I'd only be like 15. 17 and a half. I'd be 17 and a half.
17 and a half, yeah.
Yeah. I like that. But everybody would be dying at like 25.
So he's saying not only do we need scientists and stuff to go to Mars, we also need people who will cook food. We need people who will do basic everyday maintenance stuff.
What about live streaming? Do you guys need someone to live stream from Mars?
Maybe that's why he's putting up all those Starlink satellites,
maybe,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm the guy. Elon. Me and Chris could do inappropriate bar talk from Mars. That's all I'm saying. We just need some Skrilla. You know?
I told Mo, I was like, and he's not coy in a lot
Mo,
of senses.
would Mo go to Mars with you?
So he said, so the person asked, will you need, how are the essential positions going to be filled, or will they all be hired on skill sets? And he said needs to be such that anyone can go if they want to, and he's going to provide
Oh
loans.
no, it's the Viking guy.
What's up, Kyle Vikings?
My cousin Tony always wanted to go to Mars.
He said needs to be that such anyone can go to Mars if they want to go. He'll provide loans and for those who don't have money. So basically,
Wait, I gotta pay to go to Mars?
yeah. So he's
What?
saying it's going to be about He wants to get it down to $200K for a flight to Mars.
That's actually a pretty
So
good deal.
the price of a
actually.
home. So basically,
What's up, Mo?
hey, so basically you'd be taking out like a 30-year mortgage on a house kind of loan
Yeah.
to
To
fly
go to Mars, though, I don't know if I would do that. Like,
Yeah.
you should pay me to go to Mars. I'm working for you.
Well, he's saying if you need a loan,
what is it called when you get a job somewhere? A relocation fee or stipend?
right?
Yeah, I want to relocate. Relocate me.
So he's saying you can pay off your loans by working on Mars. So he's saying
So
like,
I'm an indentured servant. I know how that worked out for the Irish, dude. I'm not doing that.
He's saying basically whatever money you're making on Mars, like say you're running.
Is it worth double on
say you're
Earth? We have Mars credits?
Say you're working the only pizzeria on Mars.
Yeah.
You make $1 million a year. Your loans only cost you $20,000. a year.
Wait, how am I making $1 million a year?
Running the only pizzeria on Mars with 1,000 people there, you can make close to
Dude,
like
you know how hard it is to run a pizzeria on Mars, dude? You need yeast. You need fucking water.
Well, you gotta dial up Elon Musk and tell him to send the supplies my way, bro.
Hey, we're gonna need cows for cheese.
Yeah.
It takes a year to get there. By the time my cheese gets there, my pepperonis and my cheese is rotten. I need that shit.
Keep it
I
on
need
a
livestock.
It's got to be a temperature controlled, climate
It
controlled
still
ship.
rots.
No,
Cheese goes bad
keep
in
it on
a
a
year.
temperature. You got to send food there regardless, right? People don't survive without food, so you got to
Right.
figure out.
Well, what was
how will
the
we make this
Martian?
work?
We got to look back to the Martian. He grew potatoes,
And you start
didn't he?
growing shit on the planet. You start growing.
He hated potatoes. At the end of that,
You have fucking.
you guys are
ecosystems
cool
on the
in my
planet.
book. You're cool in our book, Kyle.
Yeah, you too, man. But yeah, it's like basically.
I
he's
think I
saying,
would go, dude. I think
Let's create jobs
if
on
Jovi
Mars.
was down, I'd be like, baby, you want to go to Mars and check this shit out? Like, I know how to purify water. We just gotta find water.
I think the first people they're gonna try to send are scientists and engineers.
They have to. You have to
that-
because you
that
gotta
just
get an
build
infrastructure.
and but you gotta have some construction people there. You gotta have some, not just engineers. You gotta have people who are willing to build these
Lay the
fucking
brick.
structures
Yeah.
and shit like that. And inevitably, people are gonna die. People are
gonna die.
And he admits that. He says, "Hey, you may not survive this trip, but guess what? You're gonna be one of the first people on Mars." So.
Yeah,
Hey,
but dude,
what do you wanna do?
if I die building your fucking space dome, does my family get taken care of on Earth?
I told Mo it'd be kind of cool to have one of the first tombstones on Mars.
I don't want to be the first guy that dies on Mars.
If I'm in my like 60s or 70s and I'm like,
Well, in 10 years from now, we're gonna be what, 45? Let's
Yeah.
say. I'd go.
you go.
Not if I had kids. I'm planning
Yeah,
on having
yeah.
kids. I want to have kids.
There might be guys who are like,
I wouldn't go if I had kids.
semi-retired
If I was like,
or
if I
almost
was,
retired
if I,
who are like-
you know, if I didn't have kids, if it was just me and Jovi, I'd ask her, hey, you want to go to Mars? Like, we could figure out something we can do. Be millionaires on Mars.
I mean, imagine, dude.
We'll be
We're talking
Marsonaires.
Blade Runner level
Marsonaires.
shit, dude.
Yeah, Total Recall.
Yeah.
I control the air. I'm Cohagen.
Yeah.
You don't pay me my taxes, you don't get air, motherfuckers. Damn it, Cohagen.
That movie was great, man. I I watched that for the first time since I was a kid. Like, I didn't get it when I was a kid. And I watched it again about 2 months ago. And I was like, this movie is fucking awesome. It is one of the coolest movies I ever watched. Not because it was a great story or anything like that, but just because the action scenes were just so great. Arnold Schwarzenegger is so great in that fucking movie. But anyway, there's obviously a lot of scientists who are like,
Shit.
you gotta realize, shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Get your ass to Mars.
That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
But yeah, so will you be willing
Oh.
to be one of the first human beings to try to colonize Mars? Obviously, there's going to be sacrifices and things that need to be made. I don't think anybody will fly to Mars going, hey, I'm probably going to live. They're going, I have a 50-50 chance whether I'm going to live or I'm going to fucking die, depending on the conditions and what could happen on the fucking planet, right?
I mean, it's Mars. Who knows what the damn it, I did it again. I want to find this goddamn.
Or it could be a complete disaster and everybody fucking dies.
I mean, the first fucking launch could be like a fucking disaster. You know what I mean?
But I think Elon Musk would be totally clear in this situation where he'd be like, hey, by taking this mission to Mars, you are accepting the fact that you may die and you may never come back.
I mean,
he's offering these people the opportunity to come back to Earth.
You know who's going to be
after a certain amount of years, too.
You know who Elon Musk needs to talk to?
What's that?
Trump and Space Force. Come on, man.
The Space Force.
That's who these guys are. These guys are made for this. You know what? If they had Space Force when I was coming out of high school as part of a military branch, I might have signed up for that.
He's saying basically anybody can go. He's telling anybody, hey, anybody want to take the chance? You want to go to Mars and you want to try to start a new civilization there and be one of the first people who are there? Then hey, jump on board, man. You may not make it back, but I'm just letting you know we're providing you this opportunity to do it.
I can't believe this is not a sound clip somewhere.
So hung up on that quote. There's so many good quotes from that movie. Welcome to the party.
I'm very upset, dude.
You got to go on YouTube.
That's what I was on. Damn it, Cohagen.
But there you go. And scientists are saying, basically, you got to worry about the things you normally would worry about being on another planet, right? You got to worry about the radiation factor.
Wait. The things you normally got to worry. I don't normally go to other fucking planets. What are you talking about?
Maybe I worded that wrong.
Yeah.
You got to be worried about the obvious things about being on an extraterrestrial planet: the radiation, the unpredictable weather, the the limitations on supplies.
Any idea what they're going to do with it?
With what?
Sir, the oxygen level is bottoming out in Sector G. What do you want me to do about it?
Don't do anything.
But they won't last an hour, sir.
Fuck them. A good lesson to the others.
Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give these people air.
My friend, 5 minutes. You
So
won't give a
great.
Shit about the people. Fire it up, Doc.
Excuse me, Doctor. Is he going to remember any of this?
Not a thing.
Oh, really?
That was it?
No, wait, here it comes. Here it comes. Wait, it was coming up.
It was coming?
Any idea what they're going to do with it? Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give these people air. Come on, Cohagen, you got what you want. Give these people air.
That wasn't the quote, though. There, at one part of the movie, he's like, damn it, Cohagen. Anyway, moving on. I'm really pissed I can't find that quote. I'm going to watch that movie just to find that quote.
Question is, will you be one of the first people on the planet Earth to travel to Mars and try to
Chris, what if they come to
populate
you
it?
and they're like, Chris, we want you to be the first brewer on Mars?
I've always looked at my brewing skills as maybe a reason I could survive in like a certain area.
You better perfect your recipes.
Dude, if I'm the only brewer in the town, nobody can say shit.
That's true. It's like, hey, it's the only beer we can
This
get.
is the beer you got.
So you're just hoping for people's lack of choice.
Yeah.
Huh? You're not depending on your skill. You're just
I was
hoping
like,
for lack of choice.
If I live on a so Monica's been tripping on these like tiny houses, right?
Dude, you first of all, you're too big of a person to live in a tiny house. I thought about that too. Like, dude, it's just Hawaii. Like, if I just made like a camper, I'm like, nah, fuck that. I got too much
Not
stuff.
a camper. We're talking like I'm gonna get like 3 metal containers and build a home out of it.
Dude, where?
So there's this co-op, right?
Where?
Right on the other side of the in Kunia.
You're not fucking living on no co-op, dude. You're
Living
not
on a co-op, and I'm like, I'm
Your
gonna
wife-
raise
yeah,
goats.
Monica
I'm gonna
is
raise
hippie-ish.
goats
She
and brew
could
beer.
maybe do that. You're gonna raise goats.
Goats are easy, bro.
Yeah,
I
they
wanna
just
make
eat
goats.
garbage.
Yeah, I would raise goats and brew beer, and I'd be the coolest guy in the co-op. They'd be like, dude, you're the guy who brews beer.
What did you call
You're the
yourself?
guy who gives us goat milk and goat cheese.
my name's Chris. I'm the owner of Goat Cheese.
Hell yeah.
Goatee Brewing.
I can grow dreads. I've